Today. Okay. So today we're trying the Laphroaig Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. They're 10-year. Now, I went to my liquor monitor at Specs. I said I wanted an old school Scotch. I have one other Scotch and one other kind of Scotch. So I wanted the old school, old style Scotches. And he's like, I got it. So he brought the Laphroaig 10. Now, inside here, I found, because I just peeked in the jar. Okay, they have this little passport thing. Now, in this little passport thing, it tells you that you can own a square foot of Scotland. So I was like, okay, that's kicking, because I could stand there and I could say that's mine. But you go on their website and the page ain't there. So then I tried to join their Laphroaig membership thing, but it wouldn't recognize my city. So it wouldn't let me finish the membership. So I was like, okay. So then I wrote them on Facebook. They didn't respond. They read it, but they didn't respond. So, and I even tried to reach out on their website. So I didn't get anything. So unfortunately.
So that's a scam.
But why would they stick it in there? I bought it anyways.
I don't know.
I already bought the bottle. This was like, hey, that's cool.
They wanted to get y'all excited so they could let you down.
So this is the Laphroaig 10. And they're out of Scotland. Now this is supposed to be the old school methods of making Scotch. This is the old methods. They use the peat. They use all their different things, and they're by the shore, so you're supposed to get like a taste of Scotland. So I was like, that's it. That's the one for me. Oh, let's see if I can get into this bad boy. Here's a little ripcord. Now, I've never had an old school Scotch because I'm barely getting into Scotches. But he said this was the hardcore. If you never had Scotch and you want like a crash course in Scotch, this is the Scotch. I was like, okay. Beat me up. That's proper. See, that's a real cork too. Okay. Oh, the alcohol by volume is 43% on this. So, and I had to gussy up a little bit because I figure if you're gonna drink a Scotch, you gotta look proper.
So you thought that the taco shirt was the way to go? You're like, I'm going fancy.
I'm going fancy.
Shirt. I mean, I would have went with flannel.
Flannel. Oh wow. Okay, now this smells. Okay, believe it or not, it's a fancy Scotch. It smells old school barbecue. You know how your neighbor that barbecues for years and years and years, that smell of his barbecue, just the barbecue, smells kind of like that. It's got that real smoky. It's got a musty, smoky, kind of salty, briny smell.
So like you smell in the summertime after you've been barbecuing.
Yeah. So if you took my sweat after I've been barbecuing in the summertime, it'd be almost dead on. But that, like, it kind of reminds me as if you watch those movies in Scotland, how it's by the ocean, close to a forest, it's cloudy. That's kind of what that smell reminds me of. Right there. Totally different smell than I've ever smelled, so.
So Braveheart?
Braveheart smells like if I took Braveheart, scooped this under his arm.
Ew. No.
Very tasty though. You get that briny, musty, smoky flavor. Very smooth, very subtle, except for the smoky flavor is pretty dominant. Very tasty. Okay. I like smoky stuff, barreled stuff. I like that flavor. This has got the flavor that I really enjoy. It just reminds me of like a smokehouse. If it was salty and musty and briny in there. Like an Oregon salmon smokery is the flavor on this. Now, I can sum up all the flavors and smells by saying a couple things. Picture this. Okay, doing belly shots off an older, musty, briny mermaid.
Okay. None of these are...
That's the flavor.
What flavor? Why don't you just break it down by flavor? Because this is not... It's not appetizing, babe.
Belly shots off an older, musty mermaid.
Yeah, nobody wants to do belly shots off an old mermaid. If they're gonna do belly shots off a mermaid, it's gonna be a young teenage mermaid, or
but that's not the flavor.
21-year-old mermaid.
That's not the flavor. This is an older, musty mermaid. So they're right. A lot of people kind of compare this to the flavor of a mermaid. I don't know if you ate one or not. But yeah, this is a typical old school.
Okay, but what do you taste like?
It tastes okay. You can taste like a musty, briny, kind of like a salty, smoky, like heavily smoked. It doesn't taste like barrel smoke. This tastes like fire smoke. For me, this tastes really good. It's like all the flavors I like wrapped up into one.
Okay.
Because just breathing it in and out still, you get like that old campfire. Say if you had a campfire by the beach, that's kind of smells and flavors that are still predominant after you had some. Now we got this at Specs. It's tasty. It's good. It's really, really good. Now I can see why my liquor monitor is like, that one. And he just pulled it out and like pushed me to the cashier. That's the one you're buying. We paid, I think it was $58 for it. So it was still affordable. It's got nice flavor. The flavors are really, they just all work together. Yeah, if you're going to get a scotch and you want the old school scotch, I would get this. Very affordable, very old school. It's got nice flavors. So yeah, I'm glad I got that. So we got the Glencaddam, we got this, and we got the Balcones single malt. So they're all pretty much scotches. This is definitely old
I don't
school.
think the Balcones is a scotch. I don't think
It's technically a scotch, but they made it out here. So it's a single malt.
So it's not a scotch.
No.
Because
I said kinda.
It has to come from
Kinda.
Scotland to be
I said
scotch.
kinda. But anyways, for an old school scotch, he was dead on. This is very tasty. What do you think? You want to try some?
No.
You want to try belly shots off a old nasty mermaid?
Nope.
Okay.
Can honestly say, don't ever want to do that.
Oh, that is good. So far, that's like one of my favorite scotches. The Glencaddam's banging. But for the flavors that I had in my head, this is like old school scotch.
I'm pretty sure that the other Scotch that you have up there was like 3 times the price.
Well, yeah, that was like a couple $100. Where this is 58, very affordable. So that's what we got for today. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. I think we're gonna do like 10-cup whiskey next. And then I want to get into some rums. Red rums. All right. That's what we got for today, baby.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend.